All right, I just hit recording, so we have this meeting all set up. Now I'm going to hit my presentation mode. And Jane, can you be kind of my like chat guru? I cannot see the chat if something pops up. Wonderful. So can you all see the screen that says Junior Achievement, Inspiring and Preparing Young People to Succeed? A PowerPoint slide?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. My goal is to have a really brief meeting to end by 5, just so you can have an overview of the program, the curriculum, and then possibly ask any questions. My name is Steven, like Jane said, and I work with Junior Achievement of North Florida. And what an honor it is to provide this JA Inspire to y'all. And I really hope that this can be really informative for your students as well. Here's what our agenda looks like for this meeting. We have our introduction, which we've already done a great job. Already done that. We're going to next talk about the JA Inspire virtual platform, curriculum, schedule, and then of course the after JA Inspire. I really want to focus on like the big shebang, like the show, the bell of the ball. What you are going to be looking forward to, specifically March 1st through March 5th, is when your students are going to be accessing this program. This is this virtual career fair. And we partnered with JA Miami, and they've been really gracious for us to use their program. And so we want to make sure that we give them a lot of credit, of course. But I'm going to show a few pictures in the next couple of slides. And I hear a little bit of feedback. So if you could just go ahead and mute your computer, that would be wonderful. Awesome. So this is the virtual conference center. As you can see, it's based in Florida. We have wonderful palm trees. It really is state of the art. This is what you and your students are going to be encountering March 1st through 5th. And once you actually click on the actual conference center, this is going to be your view. This is the virtual lobby. This is kind of like the home page of the JA Inspire Career Expo. Now, these little avatars on the bottom of the screen, they're actually going to be walking, they're going to be moving around. And so as you can see, we have different ethnicities, different ages. Most of them are young students, just because we want to make sure that the students feel like this is for them as it is. But different body shapes, types, abilities, disabilities, we want to make sure this is a really inclusive event. So in this virtual lobby, I first want to point your attention to the 4 squares or the 4 doors to the left of the auditorium and then also to the right of the auditorium. So that's a total of 8 doors. Now these are our 8 exhibit halls. And once you click on one of them, you're going to enter into this exhibit hall based on that specific category. Now these industry clusters are a total of 8: advanced manufacturing, engineering, and logistics, architecture, engineering and construction, agricultural, food and natural resources, business and finance, health and life sciences, hospitality and tourism, government, public administration, law, and then of course, last but not least, technology. So these are the 8 different career clusters, the exhibit halls that the students will be able to enter into and learn more about. Once you actually enter into the exhibit hall, this is what it's going to look like. And there's not just 4 of these career booths inside of the exhibit hall, or of the 8 exhibit halls, there's multiple. And so you're going to be able to scroll from left to right, observing all the different types of organizations, the companies that are present within that specific industry cluster exhibit hall. So let's say a student or yourself is intrigued by a certain company, you go ahead and click on that certain company, that certain career booth, just like as you would go to an in-person career fair. And then you actually get to learn a little bit more about this organization, this company, and about their careers and what they're offering to you. The wonderful thing about this JA Inspire event is that students will be able to have their very own backpack. It's kind of like a briefcase, but they'll be able to download documents from the various organizations. Now I'm going to go a little bit later into about like registration, but the students will be using their Duval County Public School email account. Now we're not going to email them anything. However, if they do want all of their documents sent to whether their parents' email or even their student email, they'll be able to do that at the very end of their career fair visit. So they're able to interact and kind of see a little bit more about this company. They can click on the images. It brings them to their website. It brings them to videos. and they're able to research more about all these different organizations that are there. Is over 80 companies that are present at this Career Fair Expo. Next, we have, of course, AT&T, and so it just shows you just kind of like the wide variety of like how they design their specific booths. Now, back to the virtual lobby, I just want to show again, we have the 8 different exhibit halls and where they're able to enter into them. But I next want to highlight the auditorium. That's the very center of the virtual lobby. And so once you enter into it, this is what the screen will look like for the students and also yourself. Once you click on that big white screen that says, "Welcome to the JA Inspire Auditorium," it will bring them to a large list of different career videos. These are professionals that have been interviewed and they talk about their career. Someone's from the Miami Marlins. We have people in the technological workspace and IT. All these different types of careers, all these different types of working professionals that are talking about their passions. Where did they go to school? What did they do to become more involved in their certain profession? And so it just provides another opportunity and something different that the students can learn a little bit more about all these different types of careers that are there. So honestly, what we've seen throughout all the JA areas who have been instilling JA Inspire within their counties is that most of the time students spend about 2 hours within the JA Inspire Career Expo. Now, what I recommend is that you can do this as like a classwork on March 1st through March 5th. We'll talk about the schedule in just a little bit, or you can do it as homework. The great thing, March 1st through 5th, they have as much time as they want to. So let's say if you assign it on Monday and you spend the entire 45 minutes of your classroom there, great thing is they can still log in throughout the remainder of the week. There is no limit. They can keep on logging in and explore more of these different career booths, and then also with these videos as well. Next, let's talk about the specific curriculum that's really the preparation for this JA Inspire Career Expo. And we have our pre-session. That's a really basic registration. All the instructions are going to be inside of your teacher guide, and they're also listed within the student guide as well. And I'll show you how to get access to that. And also remind you that you've received that email if you've already registered with us at Junior Achievement. So this is the registration and also the pre-program survey that's accessed through the actual JA Inspire website that I just showed you all. Session 1 is talking about finding your path. What are my skills? What are my abilities? What do I like? What do I dislike? Session number 2 is exploring your options. How do my skills how do my hobbies relate to a possible career in a certain career cluster? Session number 3 is present yourself, learning a little bit more about soft skills and what are some skills that I need to really develop and hone in on. Session number 4 is what to expect at the JA Inspire Career Expo, to where they actually set goals and research various organizations that are at the Career Expo. Session 5 is building your network, understanding the importance of networking, interacting with professionals. And then also actually doing some research on income, how much money certain jobs make on a general scale. And then we have our JA Inspire and post survey. So the post program survey is actually going to take place during their time during the JA Inspire Career Expo. That's the March 1st through March 5th. And then our last one is session 6. That's make a plan. That's next steps. What high school courses do you want to take, 8th grade students? What are some possible scenarios that you want to put yourself in? Who do you want to talk to learn more about biology, to learn more about history? And so it really helps them create next steps for their future. Now, total, each session typically lasts for about 30 minutes. Most of them, except session number 4, has a 5-minute video and that they are able to watch, and then they are able to fill in their student guide, the answers based on their review, answer the questions based on that specific video. And there are some sessions that do have some supplemental activities, like going to another website, taking a personality trait quiz, and then downloading an app on the iPhone or Android and learning more about income and then return on investment and majoring in college, just where it adds a little bit more about the total student curriculum. Right here is the proposed schedule. And the great thing, obviously, for y'all is that you are the teacher, you are the mastermind, you are the one who knows your students and knows your schedule. So this is just proposing a schedule for y'all. You do not need to follow this completely. If you say, hey, I want to combine sessions 1 and session 2 in the very first week, go for it. You know exactly what you need to do, but we have created where the pre-session and session number 1, that's where the registration and then the pre-program survey along with session number 1 is the very first week, session number 2, session 3, and then sessions 4 and 5. And the very final week of February, and then March 1st through 5th is the actual JA Inspire Career Expo, and then just wrapping it all up to JA's session number 6. Once again, this is just a recommendation. If you find that you're going to do sessions 2 and 3 in the same week and just do session 1 as just 1 week, go for it. This is just a recommendation from us, y'all. But what is staying the same throughout all of it is March 1st through 5th is JA Inspire. This is when you and your students are going to be visiting the site and exploring all the different organizations that are there. Next, I want to bring you to janfl.org. Now, if you have registered with us on that link that we sent to you guys, then you should be able to have access to our specific site. Let me go ahead and stop present. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again, but specifically my Google Chrome. All right. So I'm on janfl.org. Now, you all have had access to or have been provided access to our website, to where you're able to retrieve your teacher guide, your student guide, and also the curriculum videos. And I'm going to show you, just in case if the link is not working for some odd reason, but just another way that you can also access it. Now, once you're on JANFL's website, you're just going to scroll down and you're going to click on teacher resources for JA Inspire. It's very easy to access right here. You click on learn more. And in my email, this is the specific link that I'm guiding you all to. So you all have access to this specific site, and this is where you're able to find your teacher guide and also your student guide. As you can see, all of the videos, those 5-minute videos, are found on YouTube, and they are in their specific order for session 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. As you can see, there's no video for session number 4 as they're setting goals and doing a little bit more research on the actual site. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, the View JA Inspire Teacher Downloads. And then here is where you're able to actually download the teacher guide and also the student guide. The great thing about this is the teacher guide has all of the answers for the various sessions. So as you can see, it's organized into session by session. So session number 1, it tells you the directions, instructing the students to watch the video. Why is career planning important? The great thing is this is a fillable and workable PDF. So once you download it, you can click on this and it will hyperlink to the video specifically. And this is the same exact thing for the student guide as well. So you click on it, the students watch it. On the teacher guide, you obviously have the answers that are recommended, just even to provoke discussion and kind of guide them in the right direction. But here on the student guide, this is a fillable PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in my name. And I'm going to enter in my school and then my username. And this is really important for the students, is this is their school issued email address. This is their registration. Now I'm going to scroll down on the student guide. Remember, this is the same exact format as the teacher guide. However, the teacher guide actually has the answers, and the students are able to download this. They're able to fill in the answers, save it. If you want to use this as a homework assignment, feel free to do so and check their work throughout the entire weeks that they're going to be doing this curriculum. So we have a basic overview and how to use this guide. This is your one-stop shop to understanding JA Inspire as a whole. So I really recommend, if you, as you start this curriculum next week, to read through this introduction in the next few days so you feel a little bit prepared to introduce this to your students. As you can see, we start off with the pre-session, getting ready. We have the directions on how to actually register for your students. So everything is in detailed order. They click on this link. Once again, it does hyperlink to that actual vFairs account. Using any browser except Internet Explorer, you click on login. They use their username, which is their school issued email address. And wonderful thing, teachers, there is no password necessary upon registration. We understand 8th grade students. I was a former 8th grade teacher, and we know that if we were to give passwords to students, they would be lost, they would forget. So all they need to remember, which hopefully is really easy, is their Duval County school issued email address. So that's how they register. And so scrolling down, we have the table of contents where to access all these different sessions. And so I'm just scrolling down just a little bit further. And then just like how I showed you on your teacher guide, we have the same type of format for session number 1. So right here is, what is the key to satisfaction and success when choosing career? Understanding my own skills and interests. And they can keep on going, and then they would save it, and then they can upload it to any type of format for their homework or classwork, whatever you want to do as a grade. And so looking over here on the teacher guide, as you can see, you have the specific answer. Obviously, this is not objective. This is subjective, as we want to make sure that we provoke interaction and no wrong answers for these students. And so I'm just scrolling down further on the teacher guide and also the student guide as well. We have session 1 activity, a career assessment, as seen also in the student guide, and where they actually take this assessment, learning a little bit more about who they are, what possible career will they be in, what are their interests, what are their abilities, and how does that end up within a certain specific career cluster. So I'm not going to go through the entire teacher guide just because I really want just to provide an overview of it and show it really is user friendly. We tried really hard to make sure that there was really clear on the details. It's open-ended. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable with all this. And so I'm not going to go through everything, but as you can see, this is fillable as well. This is the teacher guide. Obviously, the answers vary from student to student, so there's no correct answer on this career assessment reflection. But once again, this is fillable and also workable PDF form. All right, and so I'm going to go back to this part of the site. You'll be able to click on these specific links. They are hyperlinked to the specific YouTube videos for the very specific sessions. What I also did is I provided the teacher guide and also the student guides along with the JA Inspire YouTube playlist in a file, and they are uploaded to the Microsoft Teams channel as well. So you have different ways to access all these materials. But of course, if you do have questions, feel free to reach out to me. All right. And then as we are wrapping up, I'm going to go ahead and just share my PowerPoint screen. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Looks like the PowerPoint is all of a sudden not wanting to show. All right, so we just did janfl.org. You do all have that site that is easily accessed via your email. All the instructions are in that email that I sent to you. And then this is just kind of as we wrap up this training, going into about the different add-ons, the different curriculum add-ons, for a better term, that the students will be able to use. And so the very first one is the JA Build Your Future app. This is downloadable by iPhone and also by Android. They're able to explore more than 100 different careers, understand the cost of education. This is what it looks like inside of the phone. They're able to select what type of career they possibly want, what type of degree it would be needed. Is this a bachelor's degree? Is this public, private? How much are their parents actually going to be providing for them? Are they going to be receiving scholarships and grants? And so it really is it plays a nice variable for the students as they kind of figure out, oh man, this is going to cost some money. Let's try to figure out some ways to minimize my cost. And so then that leads honestly to the end of it is the return on investment. And so obviously the higher the rating out of 5, the better. And so they want, even though it costs $43,000, them working into where they're going to get a pretty decent monthly salary to where they are going to have a good return on investment. So this is just one add-on that's part of the curriculum. And then our last one is the digital career book. This is a website to where they're learning a little bit more about themselves, and it really is interactive. It shows a lot of pictures, and they choose between two pictures showing their different personality, and they end up with a personality trait or personality profile, rather, showing them how they're wired, and then how it leads them to a specific career cluster, and then, of course, to a specific career. So that is the curriculum, and that is JA Inspire as a whole. My biggest recommendation to you all is look at the teacher guide ahead of time, and please know that I am here. I am your JA Inspire coordinator. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. This is my email, my work email, and then that is my cell phone. So feel free if you have any questions to reach out. That's it from my end. If we have time for questions, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and answer those. Anything that I can help out with.
There's nothing in the chat room, but hey guys, I just wanted to remind you, and when I sent this out, this is not limited to just CTE teachers. I know that a few schools, we have some various teachers from here, and some of our schools, we're grateful that you're joining us. You don't even have a CTE program, and we're happy that you're joining us because we want all 8th graders to take this advantage. So we don't want to limit it to just, 50 kids or 60 kids that might be in CTE in 8th grade. So please, you can share this with any teacher, especially 8th grade teachers. Don't go to the 6th and 7th grade because we want to start building this. Okay, but 8th grade teachers can share this with other 8th grade teachers. So you could get a whole department in your building to do it if you want to. Stephen, they want you to put your phone number slide back up. Oh, you saw this. Okay. So that they can make a picture or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Great observation, Jane. We want to make sure that we expand this. So far, we have the possibility of reaching over 1,000 students. And so that's all because of y'all. So thank you so much for registering early. And then also because of your being on time, the first 20 teachers to register and complete the program will be receiving a $25 Amazon gift card. So shout out to y'all. I see a hand up from William
Bill,
Mordock.
you have a question?
Yeah, I have a 1 8th grade class that's about 35 8th graders and like 8 or 9 7th graders. Is that going to matter?
Nope. Oh, you can do it with them.
Yeah, I'm not doing my 7th grade classes, but I have.
Right. We just don't want to do it to like a 6th or 7th grade class, but we understand that sometimes there's those stray 6th or 7th graders that are in there because nothing else fit in their schedule. So absolutely.
This year with no elective teachers. Yeah.
Yes. But if we can get some pure 8th grade classes, like we said, if you can reach out and maybe get, social studies is where career planning is done. So if you've got a good relationship with a social studies teacher in your building, that might be a good one. Jenny Prescott, I see your hand up.
Hey, so my question is kind of the same as Bill's, that, I've got a little scattering of 7th graders. I think there's 6 in a class of 40. And is it okay if we didn't register them or tell you that we were going to do them? We can just jump in and grab those kids as well. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I know our teachers are freaking out right now. So on all the stuff going on and this Duval homeroom and back and forth. But I think between Miss Herbert and I, we have about, if they're not taking band, we have the 8th graders.
Okay.
I mean, I have over 100 of the 8th graders. I only have like 200 of them. So.
Okay. So that would be really great. And then the other thing, guys, is that, like we were saying, a lot of this stuff will not disappear. The only week that's locked in, except that you want to do the lessons prior to them visiting the thing, the actual being at the convention center type scenario where they're using their avatars and walking around and visiting things, that is only available March 1st to the 5th. So after spring break, that will not be there anymore. Okay, we only have it for a limited time. So the schools had to sign up or districts had to sign up, and that's our week of having it. But the other stuff that he showed you, like the thing like for exploring the occupations and the calculating cost and the personality, all that will still be there. So you could do other JA things during the springtime if you'd like to, or you need something as a filler towards the end while people are testing or whatever. Cool lessons to do.
Well, it looks nicer than that one we did a couple of years ago with the Sunshine State College thing, career path thing that was so
Right.
hard, difficult. This looks a whole lot smoother.
Yeah, I think we're really going to like this, and we're going to try to expand it eventually. We've been talking to Stephen, Kathy Barnes, and I, that we want to expand it so that we'll do it in 11th grade for the high school, either 10th or 11th grade into the high school, and then doing it. Hopefully, what we would love is to take it down one grade level and do it at 7th grade, just so that they'll start thinking magnet schools to go to for 8th
That was
grade.
my question. When we had
Yeah.
the thing on here talking about high school classes, is it mentioned that these classes are available at Jackson, or these classes
No,
available?
we didn't get to that at this point. This is real more just about the getting to do more of the career exploration.
Cool. Maybe you could, on the roadways, you could put each one of the magnet schools in here, the little virtual thing about what they do. It goes right along with it. Ones that do with different careers. Visit Jackson, visit Dickerson.
All
I'll
right.
shut up now. I'm off. Good night.
All right, guys, we won't waste your time. If you want to stay and ask questions for us, we're going to stay right here. So please, if you don't have any questions, then we respect your time, and thank you for spending that extra 30 minutes with us this afternoon to do this. And again, you can reach out to me. We've been trying to put everybody who's going to do it into this team. Although I did put all the, I've taken them off if I know that they're not, but at this point I've put all the CTE teachers in, and I've been adding the others as they go. Okay, so everybody at least can ask questions in here, and it's only going to be people that are talking about junior achievement. And Stephen has access to this team. That's why you can see his videos.
Cool. Just got to figure out how to grade these books. Okay.
Well, wonderful. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your time. What I'm going to go and do, I'm going to go and stop recording, but like Jane said, I'll remain here just to answer any questions that you may have. But overall, just thank you so much for all that you're doing, for being the MVPs, for doing this. So can't thank you enough.